We are recording at this point.
All right. Okay, just be looking at me. I'll be talking, and does it make any difference if she's holding that cigarette or not?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Thank God, because we wouldn't have this conversation.
All right, and so just look at me, and I'll. This is just the two-shot that we do. You've done enough of these interviews. I know that you know as much about this as I do.
Well, no, not quite. I'll give you the lead.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let me try to get this a little closer to you.
Don't. We're recording. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, this is Neysa Moskowitz, N-E-Y-S-A, Moskowitz, mother of Stacy Moskowitz. Mrs. Moskowitz, tell me what your reaction was when you learned that David Berkowitz had been found competent to stand trial.
I was elated. I was very, very happy. And if everything else would follow through with everything else, it would be fantastic.
Why do you feel this way?
Well, I just feel that the courts, you know, are really taking a true interest, and, you know, because I never really thought he was insane or anything like that. In fact, I used to think he was quite clever. I mean, to map out his strategy, going and coming and things like that was, I think, was ultra dynamite, on his behalf anyway. And I really cried. And I really cried from happiness, which is something I don't think I've ever done before.
You cried from happiness
Yes.
when you learned what?
That he was found competent.
And this made you happy because why?
Because I feel this is one step up the ladder for gun control and capital punishment, where, well, I should go back a few steps because I was more lucky than some of the other parents. I still have a child left. Some of them have nothing. And just, I feel, I hope anyway, that capital punishment will come in and stay and never be taken away again.
Supposedly, Berkowitz has been quoted as saying that he would like to plead guilty, and therefore there would be no trial, only a plea. His lawyer is supposed to have said that he would like to plead not guilty by reason of insanity. Do you have any feeling as to whether or not this trial should go through the courtroom process, or whether it might be disposed of simply by plea?
No, I feel he should go to trial. And my attorney, Spencer Lader, whatever he has told me from the beginning has come out right, and he's made me see a little bit better as far as the courts and things like that, that there are some places that do have justice of some kind. And through him, I became more aware as far as, you know, the laws and what is going to happen.
Why would you rather see this go to trial than end up with a guilty plea?
Because through this, I feel capital punishment will come back and gun control should be there. And this is what I'm fighting for. I mean, in my own way, but this I want very, very badly. I didn't want Stacy's death, you know, to be in vain.
All right. We're recording.
Okay. Neysa, let me start over again and take you through this whole thing again, if I may. Okay? Tell me, because of the dog barking and all that. Tell me what your reaction was. Tell me what your
I think you're fighting a lost cause.
Yeah.
Is the terror stores closed? Are the terror stores closed?
Yes, Steve.
Tell me what your reaction was when you learned that Berkowitz had been ruled competent to stand trial.
I was thrilled. I really was. I was thrilled that they found him competent to stand trial.
Because?
Because, well, he took away my daughter. But I feel that through this, capital punishment will come around. I hope it's in my lifetime anyway. And there are so many kids out there that he has hurt, mentally crippled and physically crippled. Aside from killing my daughter, there were other daughters that were killed. But in a sense, I feel I'm luckier than most, or some of the parents, because they had the one and only, and I still have another daughter left.
Does it matter to you whether or not this case results in a plea or a trial?
I want a trial. I always wanted the trial for him.
Because why?
Because of the mere fact I would like the world, or whoever is involved in any way, or just likes to read up on these gruesome things, that he was caught, and this is the democracy that it's supposed to be, and he will get his just, some way, somehow. And in a mental institution, I don't think he would get it.
Well, if he simply pleads guilty and goes to jail,
It would break my heart. It would break my heart. I would feel that Stacy's death was, it just wasn't in vain. It would be a sick thing for me.
if Berkowitz pleaded guilty
Mm-hmm.
and went to jail,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you would rather see what?
I want to see him go to jail. I want the people, and through the medias and the papers and everything else, to show what kind of a person or animal this is, because he is an animal. He is definitely he's a two-legged animal.
How has your life been different these last few months waiting for this ruling to come down?
Uh-huh. Do you have any children? No? Well, you wouldn't know. It's a very, very empty. And when your room is across the room, like hers was, it's a very empty feeling. The silence is absolutely deafening. Absolutely deafening. And she was my baby. She was my firstborn, and she's laying now next to my secondborn. You know, when you bury children, as much as you love your parents, your grandparents, and things like that, and you feel sorry and you aching in your heart is just breaking. It's altogether different when you bury two children. One is bad enough, but two. And I don't think it's necessary. It should be like when I was my daughter Ricky's age, 16. I wasn't afraid to walk in the streets. I wasn't afraid to walk out to the corner. I mean, our doors were never really locked. Things went on then, but nothing like they are now.
If this case results in a trial, would you expect to be at the trial?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I spoke to my lawyer about it, Spencer, later, and I will go to the trial every day. Whether if I have 106 or I have to crawl on nails on my belly, I'm going to be at that trial. I don't want to miss a minute of it. Because I want to keep looking at this animal's face with his ridiculous grin and everything else. And I want to see what kind of an animal that took my daughter's life away, that just snuffed it out like that, and for no reason. That's all I want to do.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to add to all of this?
Yes, definitely. If some of these parents would have come out before, heartbreaking as it was just as hard for me as it would have been for them. To get people together, why does a nation or a country or a city need a tragedy for people to get together? This I don't understand. I just don't understand. There's no way. I came out because I still have a daughter, and there are other kids on the street. Whether it's your sister, my lawyer just had a baby. I mean, why should people fear of going out in the street? I don't understand this at all. I grew up in the city. I know how it was, I know how it is, and I have a feeling I know how it's going to be. They must have something. I just feel that there must be something to correct some of the laws and bring back what it took away. Because when they took away capital punishment, to me, this was just a carte blanche, go out and kill.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay.